Hey everyone, my name is Blue and we are back with more Malicious Compliance posts. Sometimes following the rules is the best way to rebel. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to our channel, and with that, let's get into it. You just want cash for Secret Santa? Hope you like coins. Every year, our family does Secret Santa between our extended family to save on costs. It's a $50 Australian limit, but we like to wrap things up all nice and get really meaningful gifts. We use an online portal and everyone enters their preferences so you can buy something good. Unfortunately, my brother-in-law didn't really take it seriously this year, not for the first time, and literally just wrote cash in his gift preferences. My wife drew him for Secret Santa, so we put our heads together to think of a creative way to maliciously comply with his request. Number 1. We purchased a 1-foot-tall Christmas tree. Number 2. We went to the bank and got $50 in assorted coins. Number 3. We then wrapped small bundles of 1 to 3 coins in bright wrapping paper. Then taped them so they were safe and secure. Number 4, we twisted paper clips, gold ones, super festive, and taped them to the bundles so they could be hung on the tree as decorations. Number 5, we covered the tree in wrapped coins. In all, there were 38 bundles. Fast forward to opening the presents. My brother-in-law looked confused as he received a small Christmas tree wrapped in clear plastic. The card had a picture of a little money tree on it, but we still had to explain that he needed to unwrap the tree and check the decorations. He soon realized the scale of the task that was in front of him, and he press-ganged the 6 children present into opening the wrapped money. We all had a laugh about it, and the kids had a heap of fun opening all the little money parcels. I think that's a perfectly acceptable way to give money to somebody who asks for it, because then you give them the money they asked for, and you get the present of watching them struggle to open it. Win-win. Uproot the hedge? Let's just double-check. My grandmother lives in a city neighborhood where the houses are fairly close to each other. She has always had a problem with her sour neighbor complaining about one thing or another. So one day, her neighbor notifies her that she believes that the hedge running down the property line separating the 2 driveways is on her land, and she wants my grandmother to cut it down. Seems a little stupid, as the hedge provides a small amount of privacy between the 2 homes and benefits both parties. So, my grandmother has no choice but to comply with her wish. But first, she hires a surveyor to come and determine exactly where the property line is. Turns out that the hedge is indeed on my grandmother's property. It also reveals that the neighbor's garage is 2 feet over the property line onto my grandmother's property. The look on her neighbor's face when she gets the report and is informed that she has to tear down her garage was worth the price of the survey. They eventually settled, and in the interest of peace, my grandmother allowed her to buy the land on her property for several $1,000s. You never want to start a land dispute with grandparents. Maybe it's just my personal experience, but my grandparents had a similar situation and they were ruthless to their neighbor. Land disputes between neighbors are never great, but I'm glad this worked out for the poster. I'm really glad it worked out for them. Want me to move something without tying it down first? You sure? Okay then. Meet Bob. Bob is someone I know. Bob is a great guy. He has worked hard to support his family his whole life. I admire Bob because he can fix a lot of things on his cars, house, etc. He is almost entirely self-taught and has a lot of common sense despite not being book smart, which is why I was astounded that he had me do this. Bob can also be stubborn as all heck and gets to be a really jerk when he is stubborn. Bob's wife found a beautiful roll-top desk at a yard sale. She had wanted one for years. Bob asked me to drive to the yard sale with my pickup. Sure thing, Bob. I don't mind helping you out a bit. Bob's wife was excited. Her eyes were gleaming. It was huge, heavy AF, somewhere around 250 pounds, and old. It was also a very nice desk. So Bob and I and the seller get it manhandled into my pickup bed. I grab straps, and Bob snaps at me. We don't have time for that. Let's get it back to the house. I know dang well it isn't going to hold still, and I tell him so. Yes, it will. It's a big, heavy desk. Drive really slowly with your hazards on. Now, me, who actually paid attention to physics in high school, and you, dear readers, know where this is going. I protested. Let's lay it down or strap it. Bob overruled me. Bob's wife said something. No, he didn't want the desk marred up by straps. I said something again. Bob got pissed and yelled, F the straps, let's go! Just drive like I said. I said, F it. I did exactly what he said, despite it being my truck. After all, Bob had done a lot of free work on my pickup for me. I was doing him a favor, so whatever. Let him be stubborn. We left the yard sale at 10 miles per hour, with a dozen or so people staring after us, slack-jawed. Bob and his wife were in their Corvette behind me. So I was doing exactly what he said, driving really slow with my hazard lights blinking. We make it the few blocks to the main drag that will take us most of the way to Bob's house. I get in the turn lane to wait. The desk starts to shift. The turn lane turns green, and I edge out at about 5 to 7 miles per hour. The top-heavy desk tilted, started to shift, then the wheels on one side came up. Nothing you do at that point is going to work to stop it from tilting. Physics wins again. Bob's wife's new desk died a horrible death in the middle of Powers Boulevard in Colorado Springs one warm spring day in 1993. I could hear her wailing through the open window. Rest in peace, desk. Sorry, Bob's wife. I wanted you to have that thing. You were so happy. Bob. Just strap the thing down. Just put like a, towel between the straps and the desk. Classic blunder. Come on, Bob. And that's all the time we have today for these malicious compliance stories. If you like the stories, please consider giving this video a like. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to our channel and make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss any more of these stories. Thanks for listening, everyone. Catch you later.